The AZ airway is a supraglottic airway with additional features. In its prepackaged form, it seems like any other supraglottic airway, but the tube part is a bit longer, and I will explain later why. The AZ airway consists of two parts. The supraglottic piece, or SG piece, and the replaceable R piece. In its already positioned format, the AZ airway could be used as any other supraglottic airway. As you can see, the AZ airway is positioned like any other supraglottic airway. I will now demonstrate the positioning of the cuff of the supraglottic airway in relation to the vocal cords. As you can see, the AZ airway cuff is above the vocal cords. In order to convert a supraglottic ventilation to an endotracheal ventilation, the R piece, the removable piece of the AZ airway, is detached and disconnected. An endotracheal tube now could be used for ventilation in a supraglottic manner. The endotracheal tube is introduced to a depth of 20 centimeters from the proximal portion of the AZ airway, and inflating the cuff of the endotracheal tube creates a seal that makes supraglottic ventilation possible. The longer tube of AZ airway allows a support for the endotracheal tube. Notice for an adult size 4 AZ airway, an endotracheal tube of 8.5 is introducible. In order to change the ventilation mode from a supraglottic to an infraglottic or endotracheal ventilation, the cuff of endotracheal tube is decompressed. With the fiber optic assistance, we can visualize the vocal cords and introduce the endotracheal tube inside the trachea. Now notice the opening on the AZ airway allows the endotracheal tube to go further than the proximal part of the tube. Placement is confirmed by fiber optic. The endotracheal tube cuff is inflated, and infraglottic or endotracheal ventilation is resumed. After placement of an endotracheal tube, the supraglottic AZ portion could be left within the patient or removed. This could be done by detaching the adapter of the endotracheal tube and taking the supraglottic part away, and then resuming the endotracheal ventilation. As of now, no one has described the conversion of an endotracheal tube or an endotracheal tube ventilation to a supraglottic ventilation without using an intermediate device such as an exchange catheter. But this is possible with an AZ airway. In order to convert an endotracheal tube which is already placed to a supraglottic ventilation, the adapter part of an endotracheal tube is detached. The pilot balloon of endotracheal tube is placed in the endotracheal tube at this position, and the AZ airway is introduced over the already positioned endotracheal tube. Now, the opening of the AZ airway makes it possible for us to grab the endotracheal tube and place the supraglottic portion of the AZ airway behind the endotracheal tube without removing it. Attaching the endotracheal tube connector makes it possible for endotracheal ventilation as it is, or with deflating the endotracheal tube cuff, it is possible to pull the endotracheal tube within the placed AZ airway for a supraglottic ventilation. This is done by again stopping at the 20 centimeter portion. Longer tube piece of AZ airway makes it possible for the endotracheal tube to be secured. And keep in mind that the endotracheal tube could be slid inside the AZ airway back and forth without stopping the ventilation to convert endotracheal and supraglottic ventilations in a reversible manner. To make a staged extubation possible, the endotracheal tube can come to the supraglottic position. If the extubation is recommended, the endotracheal tube could be totally extracted and the R piece placed. Now the ventilation is supraglottic, and at the end of procedure, we can remove the supraglottic airway, total AZ airway.